YouTube, what's up? Hope everybody enjoying their weekend. Hope they're doing the necessary work. It causes them to walk in peace. Just out here with these guys, let them stretch their legs. I want to talk about something that I've experienced in the past and stuff that I know that men go through a lot when it comes to being in a relationship, being a provider, or when the relationship goes left and you're used to a certain status and certain place in life, and then when that changes, the mental things that men go through, and how a lot of times when men go through those type of things, how they self-sabotage. Stay. A lot of guys self-sabotage because in that season in life, in that moment of life, good come. Here they are. In that moment in life, a lot of times men, they don't know how to emotionally handle when they take losses. Saad, come here. When they take losses, that's a no. They don't know how to deal with it. And there's a scripture that talks about when you are brought to a lower state, be patient when you are brought to a lower state. And I always see men, and women might do that too. You know what I'm saying? It's not a gender thing, but I'm speaking from a man point of view. When a man is brought to a lower state, his instinct is to put himself right back on top. Whatever that top may be. Let's just say your top may be you living in a one-bedroom apartment, fully furnished, TVs hanging on the wall, or whatever, and then you end up being a roommate again with one of your friends, or you end up having to go back home, stay in your mama's basement. Whatever your top may be in your situation in life, that's your top. Saad, come here. Leal, come here. Saad, come here. Wherever your top may be. Your top may be you paying the bulk of the bills, and then next thing you know, your woman's paying the bulk of the bills. Whatever it may be, it always varies, you know what I'm saying? Every man's journey is different. But one thing that I noticed that is similar, a lot of men, when they are in a situation where their situation changes, where they're no longer, the breadwinner, or they have to downsize, or whatever the case may be, or their wife is kind of to pick up the slack or whatever, or paying more, or whatever the case may be. A lot of times, men will begin to argue around those times when it's time to pay bills. They'll start to be on some BS. They'll probably start hanging out with their homies a lot more, or not coming home. They're not feeling their masculine best. Saad, come here. Saad, come here. They don't know what to do. It's damped out here, it's muddy. I'm not bringing the other ones out with them because I don't want them to keep just slamming mud on each other. Come here, buddy. I'll probably do some treadmill work with them later on, just so that they can get their heart rate up. And these guys never been on a treadmill, so that's gonna be interesting. They barely can walk on leashes, so we'll see how they do on treadmills. Saad, come here. Sit. Sit. Good boy. I want you to keep running around, interrupting my video. So basically, a lot of times what men will do when it comes to paying bills, I know it happened to me, even though I didn't really take a loss, my business was flourishing, and I had a job. And at the time, my woman was the one that was in charge of the business, but the business was established because of both of our teamwork, you know. And she was racking in a gang of dough, and I would notice when it came to time to pay bills and stuff like that, how I would always have some type of attitude. I would pick some type of fight, you know what I'm saying? And I had caught myself probably like the 3rd month of doing it. And I'm like, why am I tripping? She had no business doing all this, but and she was a sweet person at the time, you know what I'm saying? She was a sweet person where, hold on one second, let me get this guy sitting right here. Stay. I'm trying to let y'all hang out. Come here. Come here. She's a sweet person, but although, you know, her ego had begun to change due to the fact that she had never made as much money as we was making. And so she was becoming to be real brand new. But that really wasn't even it, because she was just a humble person. And I'm gonna give her that credit when it comes to business and money. But I noticed that I was struggling because I was in school, I had a job, and we had a business. And I was almost with finishing school. And what happened was, every time the bills was time to get paid and all that, the money was there, but I felt some kind of way. And I was giving her more issues than was required. And you know, basically just that's tripping. Not tripping hard, but just tripping. And I had this notice, you know what I'm saying, like, dang, I feel real insecure right about now. And I've gotten past that. It was nothing her and I discussed. It was just not something I was really self-aware of my emotions and my thoughts. And when men go through certain stuff like that, a lot of men don't take advantage of that moment in life to actually look themselves in the mirror and be like, oh, I'm tripping. Tripping. Let me adjust my behavior. And when they don't have that wisdom to adjust their behavior, the next option is self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? So you might start drinking because you don't want to talk. You might start nitpicking, trying to find her shortcomings because, you know, you don't want to talk about your shortcomings. So nothing she could do is really right. You know what I'm saying? And you just start abusing other women. You know what I'm saying? You might not be shining and grinding like you are accustomed to, but to a stranger, you might look like you the king of the hill. But to your woman, she's aware of your ups and your downs, and you are too. So you may not feel like the king of the hill with her right now. You might not feel as masculine and strong and awesome. Layout, come here. As you once felt. And it was nothing that she had done. It's just the things that there was a shift in your business, a shift in your life. You know what I'm saying? And your ego and your pride you have not done the work to be able to adjust to when seasons change. So some men will go out and have sex with all kind of women and not realizing that you're going to jeopardize the vulnerability and the state of mind that particular woman may be in, because that person is in a vulnerable place. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it's self-destructing is because then you could potentially make even the situation that you deem bad even worse, because you might catch a disease, you might completely ruin the relationship you have at home, or you might end up getting that woman pregnant, and now you double down on the stress. You've doubled down on the stress, and you are just constantly making your life worse. Just because you would look at the reality of your choices, or be patient, or some people don't know how to move in meekness. Some people don't know how to move in meekness, so they always got to be up here shining and grinding and flexing and stuff like that. So since you have that type of mentality, that type of spirit is going to jeopardize and compromise your state of mind, your well-being, and it's just going to be really damaging. One thing I would suggest is practice learning how to be still. I rarely find men who know how to be. This guy's drinking water from everywhere, and there was a lot of water in that bowl. Some of these bigger breeds, man, they can go hard, and they can hold it pretty much too. I know, what do you call it? What's my other dog name? Dirty could drink water, and he can hold that thing right. He tried and true. So I respect Dirty. When he's thirsty, I give him as much as he wants. So basically, learning how to be still when you are going through a transition in life, you know what I'm saying, is where you get some of your best insights, your best motivation, the way you are sometimes able to sharpen yourself in proper ways. Being still, grabbing